Welcome to the Broken Pencil Booking Company Pro Wrestling Podcast infused with hip hop. I am Wood.
Made daily with organic, farm to table, localized, neuralized, sterilized, Scotch guarded for 2020 repellent, available online, shipped via Amazon, not available on Sundays, Broken Pencil Logic. You stay classy, internet. I'm Suave Burgundy.
Hey.
You know who ain't gonna win. You know who ain't gonna win. You know who ain't gonna win. You say that for this shit win. I know who ain't gonna win. You know who ain't gonna win. You know who ain't gonna win. We say that for this shit. I want 1, 2, 2. It's hotel. I want 1, 2, 2, 3. Get the fuck on. 1, 2, 2, 3. Get your hotel. I want 1, 2, 2. Get the fuck on. Right like that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, though.
Another episode
Yet again
of You Know Who Ain't Gonna Win. AEW Revolution 2025 in effect, sponsored by Serwin Vega Pro Audio, serwinvega.com. Shouts out to Gary, shouts out to Henry, serwinvega.com for your pro audio needs. Vita Hermosa Cigars, VitaHermosaCigars.com, coming really soon. Vita Hermosa Cigars, it's a beautiful life. Suave, what it is, man.
It indeed is a beautiful life, and we're going to try to make this a beautiful edition of You Know Who Ain't Gonna Win. Tell them what we're doing today.
All right. AEW Revolution is coming up. First and foremost, today's date that you're watching this on is going to be Friday, March 7th. IMOC, if you will, International Month of Kahoo. Yeah, my lord.
Yeah, my lord.
I said, yeah, my lord.
Yeah, my lord.
20 and 20. What you think? I'll carry the one. Feel.
We would like a 5 count and not of nuggets.
A la King Kong Bundy. 1, 2, 3, 5.
Yeah, I was more so leaning towards Big E, pause, but yes. You went with the originator. I'm going with the one that ride with the set.
Both of them work.
Facts.
Yeah, man. On March the 9th, Biggie. One time for Big.
See,
yeah.
you see this? You see that segue? You see that segue? I was going with Big E. Yeah.
Yeah. I see. We yeah. Sunday, March the 9th. Yeah, my lord.
Yeah, my lord.
Say yeah, my lord.
Yeah, my lord.
2025.
Fever
in the funk ass.
From Fish and bread keep the poor man fed.
Yeah, from the crypto.com arena in Los Angeles, California. AEW Revolution 2025 will be in full of physic. And
wait. Where is this again?
The crypto.com arena, Los Angeles, California.
You have to get the humor in it being the crypto arena in California. Hustle and motivate.
Hey.
I got a show today. That's all I'm trying to do. Yeah.
Last time that I checked.
The marathon continues.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm done with gang culture.
So yeah, this one we're going to do fast break offense on this. We're just going to do You Know Who Ain't Gonna Win. Nothing special, no frills. We had a bone to pick with this one actually. So we don't really. You're not going to get the normal You Know Who Ain't Gonna Win treatment from us for this.
You should have just told them the truth right there when you were like, we don't really. Just tell them the truth. We don't really want to do this one.
We don't. Like there's a number. All right.
We haven't been given proper reason or proper motivation to do this with any sort of excitement or any type of motivation.
I'm pissed. I'll just keep it 1,000. I'm pissed.
And really what we're doing in this situation, we're exercising inclusion and fairness because we don't want this to come off one-sided until someone pays us to be on one side or the other. However, this particular situation that we have in front of us is not one that feels rewarding or enriching. It feels like work.
January 1st, 2025, AEW had their very first simulcast of AEW Dynamite on Max streaming platform, over the top platform, if you will.
Yeah, sure.
There was nothing special about it other than the fact that people who were traditional cable subscribers who were over the top heavy, because Max is a premium over the top product by price point, in my price point alone. But it is a household name. It was an exciting foray into the world of over the top, as AEW didn't have its own app after being on the air for 5 years. Quite the dichotomy of work over 5 years. You got over 200 episodes of Dynamite. You had over 100 episodes of Rampage before Rampage kicked the bucket. You had close to half a century worth of pay-per-views. Like, there are levels to the greatness that AEW have become up to this point. So the one thing that we were hoping for was a permanent home for pay-per-view activity with AEW. We figured if you're going to be showing your archive pay-per-views on Max, that we'd be able to get the new shows, whether it be at a discounted pay-per-view price, because people who have Max don't have it for free. They subscribe to it. 100% of them do.
Come on, use these words.
So we figured we get it discounted. ESPN Plus set the model for that. If you subscribe to ESPN Plus and you want to buy a UFC pay-per-view, you're getting a discounted rate off that pay-per-view, as opposed to you paying full price because you're not an ESPN Plus subscriber. Am I on a good path here, Suave?
You ain't saying nothing I disagree with. I stop you when you start lying.
Over the years, we had BR Sports,
trash.
I'm sorry, BR Sports, back to BR, Fight, which became Triller.
Yep.
Was there anything else that I'm missing before we go into this current situation?
Domestically, I think those were all the places that you were able to get pay-per-view from.
Okay.
At least that's what our bank statements say.
Give or take one or two strays out there. Those were your stalwarts when it came to AEW pay-per-view programming.
Domestically, yes.
Domestically.
This really pains him. I hope y'all can feel the energy.
I hope it pains you when I explain this to you. Last Saturday, AEW Dynamite was usurped by WWE Elimination Chamber, and rightfully so.
I mean, duh.
But because we do this, and as you as a wrestling fan, you should be doing this too. DVR, or God forbid, screw your DVR space, go back to Max and watch it, because you can, right? That's what it's there for.
Diversify your wrestling portfolio. WYBA.
They're advertising the purchase of AEW Revolution on ppv.com.
Bro.
Suave, riddle me this.
Yo.
When is the last time you've gone to ppv.com for anything?
The answer would be never.
So you didn't have to give up my information, personal payment, what have you, to a brand new entity, to me, for something I've been watching for 5 years.
Not on Lou Rawls' internet, I won't. No, not on Lou Rawls' internet, I will not. And ppv.com sounds like something you need to clear cookies once you leave.
So we Suave and I recorded a tournament for you guys, which you will hear in the very near future. You tune in, you're gonna love it. Before we did this tournament, I had this conversation with Suave and asked him, and we did our Googles, because we did not know, because they were leaning on ppv.com so much, we did not know if Triller was even picking up this pay-per-view. We found out they are. So wait a minute. One of the mainstays internationally that became a good place because of, in fact, Suave and suckered me into this shit twice. Yes, I just cursed. To buying a 2-pack Shakur of pay-per-views for a lower price just so we can feel like we got a value and more bang for our buck. So I'd actually be willing to watch these pay-per-views.
I mean, it's a tax write-off at the end of the day, but I do understand that I'm responsible. Go ahead.
We found out that not only is Triller doing this pay-per-view Revolution this coming Sunday, so March the 9th, but they've offered another 2-pack for $85 to also include Dynasty.
If it was double or nothing, I'd really be turned. But Dynasty?
We might be able to come back and get Dynasty and double or nothing together, but that depends. Well, as we peruse through this card, we'll understand why we're not even checking for Dynasty at this point. In fact, there's not even one match or build ready for Dynasty, even though we're just now going into Revolution. We can't even come out of it before we even know that there's a date set and a location set for Dynasty. I digress.
Fam.
On Monday, this is the day after the day after I found out about BPBC.com, 2 days before we look to see about this Triller situation and finding out that there's another double up that's available. AEW announces that they now have a streaming home for pay-per-views.
Where would that be, sir?
Amazon Prime. Suave.
Yo.
When have you ever gone to Amazon Prime to watch a sporting event that is a pay-per-view?
Me personally? Wait, I take that back because I watch football. You said pay-per-view, so let me
pay-per-view.
Never. There have been some fights that I thought about, but then I end up going somewhere where I can watch it anyway, so I didn't have to buy it at home.
Now, unlike Netflix and all of the litmus tests that they gave us in preparation for Raw on Netflix, which is consistently doing just amazing numbers worldwide, and even not in real time, just in totality. You expect me to open my heart and my wallet?
That's how you get your feelings hurt. Opening your heart and your wallet. Don't be out here just no.
To try something new, which I've been rocking with for 5+ years, on 3 days' notice, and I got the bread to do it.
If you're listening via audio and you're not really getting the full picture via the video cast, Wood is beyond disgusted with this current situation that's going on. So to recap everything that we've just put on the table, short version, you have pay-per-view available everywhere except the place that you're supposed to be touting as the home for AEW content. Max ain't got the pay-per-view, but everybody else does. What does that say about the partnership? You touted this like part of the whole TV deal was to re-up, make sure that this stuff made it to Max so that it could be streamed, archived to a larger audience, and so that your core audience would have a place to view your pay-per-view events, aka special events as they are labeled now. Now, here's one good thing that happened. As of March 1st, the entire pay-per-view catalog as it exists up until 2024 is available to watch. I'll take that. Cool.
That's all you get. That's all you get for that. But continue.
That's the only positive thing I can say right now. But we know that Max has the capability to stream live sports. They do it. That you can watch NBA games. It's a derivative of TNT. You can stream live NBA games via Max. So this is not an issue where Max doesn't have the capabilities to show pay-per-view, especially an AEW pay-per-view. This is a massive oversight on someone's part. I'll give you 3 guesses as to whose part that is. How you have literally half a dozen pay-per-view homes for your product, but it's not showing on the parent streaming app of the company you have your television deal with.
Not to mention the fact You've got extra hours of programming contracted to be given to you with said network or family of networks that you have yet to capitalize on since the execution of Rampage.
Meanwhile, Ring of Honor is not on television at all. There's an hour right there. Just keep it a G. That's an hour right there without even trying.
They did a successful run on local television, even had a good 2-year run on Destination America with 1 hour of recorded programming for damn near 20 years.
I mean, I don't get it. Like,
Eric Bischoff said something a couple of months ago that I kind of just brushed under the rug. I've thought that he was just trying to create controversy because he is the man that coined the phrase "controversy creates cash." He even wrote a book about it and did that, created cash off of controversy. I thought he was trying to ring another bell. I was hoping that that's all he was doing. You take the things that he said with a grain of salt and keep it moving, considering that he was in the front end of AEW. He was pretty involved from a guest perspective, a guest standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
He said, and I quote, that AEW is circling the drain. I would like to plead a case otherwise, and God bless all the talent in AEW, starting with Shane Taylor, ending with Shane Strickland, and everybody in between. Hurt Business, God, man, Hacksaw Hobbs, man, golly, man, that
Hacksaw Hobbs, Hard Body Hobbs,
on, man.
Hard Work Hobbs,
STP.
Oh yeah, facts.
Like, and so many people who we haven't even seen in forever, like Miro, bro.
Oh, he out of there. Miro gone. Malachi Black, aka Aleister Black.
No, well, I mean, and good for him. At least he wrote out a contract. But Miro hasn't been used in, well, matter of fact, the last time I think you saw him, Suave, the last time he was seen on TV.
Now, I won't blame AEW completely for that. That's a two ships passing in the night situation. Like, they could never come to terms on how to do business creatively.
Which is, and I get that, but that doesn't mean that from a fan standpoint that people aren't pained in their absence.
I mean, this is true, but there are certain issues with AEW that we've always had from the beginning, and they've become exacerbated as it seems as though resources in terms of manpower and application have been spread too thin. You have top tier talent existing in Ring of Honor that should be on weekly television. Or, you know what? Simple version. Put your best players on the floor at all times.
All right. I gotta do something real quick. And you tell me how, because I this is already part of the plan, but how we run this play is totally up to you.
Uh-oh.
Just to kind of compare these notes of what we're talking about in a very bird's eye view level, high, like way up there, right? 50,000 foot view, right? 1 year ago, you and I have never traveled together for a major promotion. We've done it for indie, but we've never done it for a major promotion. You flew 1,100 miles and we drove 60 to go catch AEW Revolution 2024. Now, before we go through this, you know who ain't gonna win for 2025. Do you want to go through that card and go ahead and predict the losers? Or do we want to revisit 2024 first so you know what we're talking about to go into 2025?
Let's go 24 first.
All right. Just to run it down for you. We're not playing going. I'm just giving you the card. With the pre-show, Bang Bang Scissor Gang Max Caster, Anthony Bowens, Billy Gunn, and the Gun Club, as well as Jay White, taking on Jeff Jarrett, Satnam Singh, Jay Lethal, Willie Mack, and Private Party, with Sanjay Dutt and Karen Jarrett at ringside. You also had Chris Statlander, Willow Nightingale defeat Julia Hart and Sky Blue in a tag team match. Kicking off the pay-per-view for the AEW TNT title, Christian Cage defeats Daniel Garcia with Killswitch, Mother Wayne, and Nick Wayne ringside. Eddie Kingpin defeats Bryan Danielson for the AEW Triple Crown.
Triple A.
Wardlow. There's a name you haven't seen in a year. Along with Adam Cole, Mike Bennett, and Mike Bennett and Matt Taven take on and defeat Chris Jericho, Powerhouse Hobbs, Lance Archer with Jake Roberts, Hook, Brian Cage with Prince Nana, Magnus, and Dante Martin for an AEW All-Star Scramble, with the winner receiving a future AEW World Championship match.
Clusterfuck.
Roddy Strong defeats Orange Cassidy for the international title.
As it should be.
The Blackpool Combat Club, consisting of, at the time in this particular match, of John Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli taking on FTR, winning against FTR by technical submission.
Yeah, I'll be cool.
I want to. There's so many things I want to say right now. I'm not saying a word. Timeless Tony Storm with Mariah May and Luther taking on Deonna Purrazzo, winning against Deonna Purrazzo for the AEW Women's World Championship in a match I had to step away from the arena for.
Say.
And it was a damn good match.
I'm with you.
In a match of the year candidate, Will Ospreay defeated Konosuke Takeshita.
Facts.
Oh. Samoa Joe, the AEW World Champion, defeated Hangnail Page,
the king of television,
the king, your king of TV.
You feel me? Sweet Tooth himself.
He gave up a championship to have another championship while he was promoting a TV show on the over-the-top network that carries his former employer's current PLEs. The king of television, legit, defeats Hangnail Page, Swerve Strickland with Prince Nana, and this was also a really dope match. Just had the wrong person as the third wheel in this one.
Who you telling?
Because what we should have got on this match, we got at Dynasty a month later, minus that third wheel. I digress. And then in the main event, a tornado tag match for the AEW World Tag Team Championships, and also a retirement match that featured the champions retaining Sting and Darby Allin, who was brought out to the ring by Nature Boy Ric Flair, and two incarnations of previous Sting, played by Sting's sons Garrett and Steve Morton Jr., defeating the Young Bucks.
Very cool to see in person.
We saw Magnum TA. We saw Lex Luger,
Magnum
Buck Bagwell, Scotty Riggs. There was a lot of WCW, like, just history at ringside. Arn Anderson. And now we go.
Did Arn get in the building with his Glock? I didn't check.
It's always on him. He keep that thing on him at all times.
I keep my strap on me at all times.
Oh,
Arn Anderson is wrestling's fiend. No Bray Wyatt.
Armed Anderson.
Armed. Okay. So what are we surmising about this 2024 card?
Oh, we'll let the surmising go to the broken pencil pushers, because I'm using this as a comparison of how the mighty have fallen.
Oh wow. Wow. Speaking of which, I've never actually seen Revolution in its entirety from from a watching standpoint. Like I was there in the building. I haven't seen the actual replay. Now that it's on Max, I'm gonna go back and watch it. But
yeah, I think it's worth a shot. The only match I really watched in totality was the Tony Storm match because I had to step away, and then I came back and watched the Sting and Darby Allin match once, and I was just like,
yeah. Look, inside the arena, AEW is light years different than AEW on television. I don't know how much I can stress that, but.
And you, as with anything, you make the experience, and we made the experience hot.
Yeah, factual.
Here's what we have for this year's.
Yeah, come on, because we've been fighting the inevitable forever.
No, we run it down. In the 0 hour, Big Boom AJ and the conglomeration of Orange Cassidy and Mark Briscoe with Big Justice taking on Johnny TV and the MXM Collection. Mansoor and Mason Madden. Suave, who ain't gonna win.
Is that the pre-show?
Yep.
I don't care about that.
We're comparing apples to apples here. So
yeah, anybody not affiliated with Costco is gonna lose. Ain't gonna win. However it goes. Yeah, that's how we do it. Anybody not affiliated with Costco ain't gonna win.
And I hate it for everyone in this match that that's the case. Kicking off the show. in no particular order. In a steel cage grudge match, Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher. Suave ain't gonna win. And this for those of you keeping score at home, I believe this series is tied 1-1.
Kyle Fletcher. I don't even understand why we're doing this with Will Ospreay. When I say we, of course I don't mean we because I don't have any money invested in this. Thank goodness. When we brought Will Ospreay over here, I immediately said this is the last hope. How Will Ospreay goes, the company goes. He was the fresh face with the cool moves who said, I'm not going to WWE. I'm going to come here. This is the guy that you're going to essentially put in the spot that Kenny Omega left open. And if you allow him to function at the top of the card as the face of the company, good things will happen.
Unless you're going to send him home and sit his ass down for at least 6 months, there is absolutely no reason why Will Ospreay ain't going to win. Kyle Fletcher ain't going to win.
All right. So now we said that, watch him lose.
And if he does, and he's not sending his ass at home for 6 months, we're going to have another one of these episodes without it. You know who ain't going to win.
No, we really don't, because they took the air out of his balloon for me already. Like, when they beat him out of nowhere for no reason, like him losing to Swerve, I understand. Swerve was the world champion. It was in a main event. He came up a little short. Cool. I can understand that, losing to the world heavyweight champion. There's no shame in doing that. When you're doing random jobs in a tournament on Dynamite and Collision and just like you're a regular person.
And you just nailed why you don't even watch the product right there. And it's not that you don't even want to watch the product. There's things like that why you don't watch Collision. That's tragic. For someone who's as astute and as deep of a wrestling fan as you are, that's tragic.
Sometimes you just gotta let them go. Hey, you can't hold nobody hostage. You can't turn a hoe into a housewife. You gotta let them go to the streets if the streets is calling them. Collision was calling for the streets.
And word to Willie Dennis, you gotta let a hoe be a hoe.
Come on, man. 50,000 knock your ass out with one punch.
For the AEW Continental Championship, the champion Kaz Okada taking on Brody King. Suave, who ain't gonna win?
Okada ain't gonna win.
It's time for Okada to stop calling people bitches. Okada ain't gonna win.
I'm gonna be the one to disagree with you on that. I feel like he should never stop calling people bitches, but you should stop booking him like he's one.
There, double down. I love it.
Bing bong.
And so far, we are on the same page for this entire card so far.
I guarantee you we got that one wrong, but I I think Brody King deserves an opportunity to shine. Again, put your best players on the floor at all times. He has a unique look. He can work. He can speak. Why are we not pushing that agenda versus you're trying to live off of the name value of Okada from him and Kenny in Japan? He's not that Okada. You're not booking him to be that Okada. So stop trying to milk something that you're not even interested in preserving.
If you wanted Okada to be a sports entertainer, he would have signed with WWE.
Okada's still acting like a member of the Elite, and the Elite is nowhere to be found.
None of them. Even Omega is no longer an EVP.
Nah, he's still the EVP. He just ain't
on camera.
Talk that.
Yeah.
All right, come on. What's next?
From last year's Revolution, the LVP, Hangnail Adam Page, taking on MJF.
Now that, woo. I feel bad for Max. But then again, if what I heard about his contract situation is true, I can't feel sorry for him.
Not at all, bro.
Yeah, he knows what he did. We know what he did. We know why he did it. So now you just got to play the waiting game until it's over.
And guess what?
What that is?
Hangnail ain't gonna win.
Thank you for saying it so I didn't have to.
Too easy. All right. This one we better get right. For the AEW World Tag Team Championship, your champions, the Hurt Syndicate. We heard people. Yeah. Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin with MVP taking on Turbo Floyd and Truth Magnum, the Outrunners.
The name Turbo Floyd it's funny to me. Sounds like a character.
The 4x3 480p video montages they have are amazing.
Love the characters, love the gimmick. Turbo Floyd sounds like he should be Lightning McQueen's homie.
Truth Magnum sounds like
that sounds like a limited edition condom.
It sounds like a porn star with knowledge of self.
My God. What is wrong with us? Oh man, but look, allow me to say this while we're on the subject of the Hurt Syndicate. Chris Jericho has been with AEW since the inception of the company. So the entire time that he has been in AEW, he's been north of 45. How old is Chris Jericho now? 50 what?
I believe he's 54, so you're right. Let me double check the stats.
So he's been, if he's been north of 50 the whole time he's been there, this is a completely different conversation. Hold for the bean footage.
54.
He's 54 now.
Yeah.
So he's been north of 48 the entire time he's been in AEW.
Yep.
Not one time until very recently have I ever heard anybody bring up his age or his previous stints in WWE as a reason to not support the work they were doing on camera. For you no good rat bastards who keep disrespecting the Hurt Syndicate because you think they're old guys from WWE, pull your skirt down. Your true colors are showing.
Find me one. I would say two. Find me one person not named Bobby Lashley, not named Shelton Benjamin, who has the exact same physique or better than what they had 20 years ago. I will wait. Truth Magnum, Turbo Floyd, you ain't gonna win.
I have nothing against them. Can you do me a favor? How old is Scott Steiner?
Scott Steiner, I believe, is 62. Let me do my math on that one. Hey, do some Scott Steiner. Hey, Steiner math.
Opa.
I'm correct. He is 62. Look at me batting 1,000.
Okay, so How old is Bobby Lashley right now?
I believe Bobby is 48. Let's do the math on that. With that, boy, don't let me go 3 for 3.
You went 3 for 3?
Boy. I'm out. Yeah, 48.
Well, we can never accuse you of practicing ageism. So what I've just done, I've done my Googles to pull up Scott Steiner and see what he looked like at 48. That's TNA Scott Steiner. That's chest tattoo Scott Steiner. Still in tremendous physical condition, but this is post WCW, post back surgeries. This might have been even post Puerto Rico, where there were some life-threatening situations that took place. Thankfully for everyone involved with Steiner Nation, he was able to pull through. That might be as close of a comparison as you can make.
Scott Steiner was a little bit different because he went through a body transformation from 28 to 48.
This is true. Bobby looked like this at like 12.
And
like Bobby was geeked up at 12. Sheldon was geeked up at like 16. The genetics are a little different. Yeah. Mind you, get it. My whole point was the level of ageism, yes. the level of isms in play when people are trying to critique the Hurt Business, aka the Hurt Syndicate, and about why they either don't deserve what the position that they're in, or people are upset because they're being booked. Truth be told, if you were booking them at the top of the card, this situation that we're discussing, we would not have so much vitriol for it. And it's not for the reason you think. They're professionals who know how to do this at a high level, know how to present what needs to be presented. Again, put your best players on the floor at all times. Do a roster evaluation. Look through this roster and look and see where your stars are. Pull those people, put them to the side, and those should be the only people you see on Wednesday.
And here's what's crazy. Before last year, you did not know who Turbo Floyd or Truth Magnum were.
I'm 100% for, building and developing them. I have nothing against Turbo. That word is gonna kill me all episode. Turbo Floyd.
Now here,
and the Outrunners.
I'm with you totally. But here's the wild part is, bro, the same thing that you're talking about as far as what they're doing to shun the Hurt Syndicate is exactly what they're doing to get Truth Magnum and Turbo Floyd elevated. The exact same thing. You're just not talking about the obvious. It's cool when you do it, but it ain't cool when I do it. All right.
It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. Finish the lyric.
The outliers. Oh, sorry, the outliers. The outrunners.
The outright liars.
They ain't gonna win. They ain't gonna win.
I mean, that's just an understood point.
For the AEW TBS Championship, your champion Mercedes Moné taking on Momo Watanabe. Suave ain't gonna win.
Anybody not named Mercedes Moné?
Bruh, listen. How can you have somebody who's only known in Japan and only the people stateside that know her are diehard Japanese wrestling fans bring somebody in to win the AEW TBS Championship on pay-per-view? It is not going to happen.
And you're not educating your fan base as to who this person is, why this match would or should be good, why this person is a dangerous challenger. It's just, hey, insert Japanese name here.
For someone who has 3 world belts and a super regional belt, she's calling herself like a belt collector of sorts. It's yeah.
The only question we ask is, will this match go over 20 minutes?
I'm going to say it's going 15, and that's all I. Matter of fact, it's a 20-minute time limit anyway because it's a pay-per-view championship match for a TV title.
So
basically, 30 minutes.
Basically, my bet is saying that it goes into overtime.
Oh, so it's a time limit draw. Got it. All right. Now,
5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. Said the
No.
guys in the first 3 rows.
right.
No.
Oh man.
That was crazy.
I don't even want to say his name.
Come on, man.
The winner gets the AEW World Championship match. Swerve Strickland versus Ricochet. Suave who ain't gonna win.
Okay, my sensibilities say not to pick against Swerve because he happens to be my favorite talent operating in AEW at the moment.
Also, hold on. Also on the line, Prince Nana demands that Swerve retrieve his robe, and if he doesn't, he said he won't be able to do this anymore.
So allow me to pull out my pencil. Pause. If we're built exactly, everybody chill out. So if I'm booking based on what tells the best story, Swerve ain't gonna win. You need the issue of Swerve has conflict with Prince Nana. Ricochet needs a win to further this character run that he's on. You're leaning into the fact that he just doesn't rub people the right way. Pause. He's inflammatory on the internet. He's inflammatory in person. He's leaned into this new version of this heel character. He got to go get some coaching from Jadakiss if he's going to be doing that. If he's going to bring that laugh, he's going to have to get with Jadakiss and really, hone in on his craft.
Riddle me this, Suave. When is the last time we've seen anybody progressively get worse on the mic with every repetition?
Mike Adamle.
Mike Adamle has CTE.
Okay, then I withdraw that submission. I can't even say Sid because Sid had some great moments. He just had a couple slip-ups.
The slip-ups made his great moments even greater.
Facts. Facts. I don't have an answer off the top of my head. That would have to be an essay question I go study for.
And please don't think that we're hating on this man. We want him to do better. This man is from 45 minutes away from where I was born.
Unless this is your first episode listening to us, you have to know that we don't harbor any ill will towards him. I've been one of those people for years who said he deserved a push. And the way you would have gotten it to him, we knew he didn't necessarily have the mic skills to be like, he's not CM Punk, he's not Roddy Piper. He's not going to give a 20-minute promo. His acting ability is lacking at best. We knew that. That's why you give people managers.
He's a hell of a competitor, and yes, you get people managers. Now, what I think may happen,
you give them managers and heaters.
He may end up getting a manager out of Prince, not out of all this.
That doesn't seem like a good idea.
Does anything in AEW really seem like a good idea these days, Suave?
Touche, my guy. Touche.
Ricochet ain't gonna win. Final answer for me.
Rico ain't gonna win.
And see, here we go, trying to apply broken person logic and coming up with 100% the exact same answers on this card.
It's like, yes, Ricochet needs the win. He doesn't need to take an L here, but I don't see why you keep beating Swerve unless you have a real plan for him, which obviously you don't. Otherwise, he'd still be champion right now.
Falls count anywhere for the AEW World Championship, for the Women's World Championship. Your champion, Timeless Tony Storm, taking on Mariah May. Say that fast 5 times. Suave ain't going to win. Mariah May. Thank you for coming. God bless you. Good night. For the AEW International Championship, your champion, Konosuke Takeshita, take with Don Callis at ringside, taking on Kenneth Omegaton. Suave ain't going to win.
Kenny Omega ain't going to win.
You're right. Again, Kenny Omega ain't gonna win, and he doesn't need to win.
Yeah, that's why I say it. He doesn't need to, but if you're not gonna put him in a position to get back into the top spot, because truthfully, you have names, you have guys that can perform the style of wrestling that makes AEW so different from what goes on in Stamford. But none of those people are a part of the main event scene right now. Will Ospreay, Takeshita, Swerve, Omega, those people should be hovering around the main event scene with other guys added in like Ricochet. Then you switch it up a little bit with Hobbs. Just they don't pay me to do this. What's next?
This is your final match of the night. For the title we have not seen physically on TV since October of 2024, the AEW World Championship. Yes, you heard me correctly. Jon Moxley taking on Cope. Suave, who ain't gonna win.
Cope.
Thank you for coming. God bless you. Good night.
Now here's where I will put a disclaimer on here. I know what type of promotion we're watching, and we know who's handling the decision making. So in that person's mind, it might actually be a good idea to have Cope win the championship. Added to the fact that this whole Death Riders thing needs to end as soon as possible.
They should have left it as the Blackpool Combat Club for obvious reasons. We know why they didn't, but you keep the players the same and change the name and then make the gimmick worse. You got to figure something out.
There's no rhyme or reason. There's no direction. I'm an advocate of chaos, but at the same time, if you're not doing it for a reason, there's no end game to this. Where is Darby Allin?
So I agree. Cope ain't gonna win, but Cope could.
Cope very well could win, and I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, he could definitely win this one just because we haven't seen the belt on TV in 6 months, and Moxie's already held the title more times than anybody else in the AEW history. So if you got it off of him, it wouldn't be a bad thing. I've heard of worse ideas. Now, where's Darby Allin? Great question. And it leads me into my next point. We ran down the 2024 card, ran down the 2025 card, playing what our favorite game. You know who ain't gonna win. Stock up, stock down from 2024 to 2025. Seeing these cards side by side, has AEW gotten better or worse?
Push. And I'll tell you why. We went to Revolution for one reason. What reason was that?
Sting's last match.
We got
No, we went there for two reasons. Sting's last match and to see Swerve win the world title.
Swerve winning the world title was a bonus. I went for Sting. Dead ass. I went for Sting's retirement. That was my whole reason of getting on the plane, making that part of IMOC kickoff weekend. So that match delivered. Swerve delivered. Ospreay Takeshita delivered. Look at this card. It's pretty much going to be the same thing. Takeshita and Omega will deliver. Ospreay and Fletcher will deliver. For whatever the finish is going to be, Swerve and Ricochet will deliver. And then you got a bunch of duds. Oh, the Hurt Syndicate will deliver.
I'm about to say, you cannot forget that.
They will deliver a family-sized bag of ass whooping. You got a bunch of duds mixed up in the rest of that you got to sit through. It's a push.
I think Max is going to provide us with an ample level of entertainment. I don't like the match.
Imagine that. I just named a who all deliver, and I forgot to bring up MJF. That is a crime within itself.
And who was not on the card at all last year.
He may never recover from what happened at When Worlds End. Like, he may never recover from that Adam Cole story in AEW.
The devil that everybody. How does the devil become a de facto face? And the person who got turned off, boy.
The thing is, here's the thing. The shtick.
And that was a heel turn that we missed.
Here's the thing.
The shtick works when you have someone to play off of. You haven't created stars. You just have wrestlers on payroll. He has no one to aim at. He doesn't. He has no one to aim this venom at. So now every program just sounds like the last one. He's gonna come out there, try to get some one-liners off, try to get off a couple burns, see if he can't joke with somebody.
He wasted retirement slugs.
You see what I'm saying?
On a guaranteed soon-to-be retiree, nowhere near retirement.
Why are we wasting Dragon's Breath rounds on
frogs? On frogs.
It's just like you got to give him better. You got to give him. First of all, he needs better material, and he needs better material because he has worse competition. So if you give him better competition, he can keep the same material, but it can't be both. You can't give him worse competition and have him working with the same shtick. It doesn't connect. You end up with what happened with him and Jeff Jarrett. Like, it wasn't bad, wasn't good either.
It just was.
It was there.
And now it's over.
And now the crowd is starting to reflect the overall sentiment of the product. Yeah, we want it to be good, but we don't expect it to be good.
All right. Suave says push. I will respectfully approve his request for a push. Before we leave you,
Lupe Fiasco.
AEW Dynasty 2024. This is what we have to look forward to compare to get our final answer for stock up, stock down. All right. Let's see here. The headline was Swerve beating Joe for the title, the Bucks beating FTR for the AEW World Title in a championship tournament ladder match.
So aren't they like 2-2? I don't want to see the fifth matchup, but I'm just asking.
I believe it is 2-2.
Okay.
Ospreay defeats Danielson by pinfall. Timeless Tony Storm defeated Mariah May. This rivalry is going on way too long. Defeated Thunder Rosa. Mariah May was at ringside. Jericho defeated Hook in the FTR rules match for the FTW championship before the championship was, briefly thereafter retired. Roderick Strong defeated Kyle O'Reilly for the international title. Willow defeated Julia Hart in the house rules match for the AEW TBS title. House of Black in totality defeated Copeland, Kingston, and Briscoe in a trios match.
What else are the trios titles? Do they exist?
Yeah, I believe the BCC has them, or not BCC. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'll double back on that. Okada defeated Pac for the AEW Continental Championship. The Bullet Club Gold defeated the actually it was Scissor Me Timbers. They claimed in Billy Gunn. Shibata and Orange Cassidy with Shane Taylor Promotion defeated Shane Taylor Promotions, and then Trent Beretta defeated Matt Sydal. Boy, how the mighty have fallen with that match. Shouts out to Shane Taylor Promotions too.
Bang.
Shane Taylor is killing me right now. He about to do some ignorant stuff. He found a racist online who started plugging to him, so he started plugging to say, "I'm gonna find a reason to make you hate me more." Thank you for watching the product.
That's kind of what we're here for. If you don't like me, I'm gonna make you hate me.
Yeah, so that's what you have to look forward to. We need to be able to beat that card this year. And that was a pay-per-view that we really didn't care for, other than the fact that we knew it was time for Swerve to get that belt.
Oh man, we want this to be good. We want this to be better, but geez, bro.
Yeah,
you gotta meet us halfway.
Don't body yourself in the process, man. If you have anything to say to us about this,
keep it to yourself. Tell your mom.
For everything else, show at brokenpencilbc.com, brokenpencilbc@gmail.com. That's at brokenpencilbc on all things social, at brokenpencilbc on what?
Everything. And everything.
Swap thing to the house.
Pencil pushers, like, rate, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell that friend to tell a friend, and then tell that friend again. Heads up, pencils down.
Whole lot of fucking gang shit.